Yeah.
Let's kick us off. James, right away, mate.
Jack, how do you feel about your side performance this evening? Because you battled really hard there.
Yeah, I'm really proud. You know, as a coach, as a coaching staff, and as a team, you can ask the players to deliver a game plan, and try and convince them to do it. And this is a way to move forward. But actually, they're the ones who have to execute it, and they have to go out there and they have to play against some world-class players and still do it, and not have the ball for a while, which, in the league we're used to having the ball. So yeah, I totally learned some new things about my team, about their mentality, and it looked like they actually enjoyed it at times, defending and frustrating Chelsea as much as they did. Thought at times in the first half we could have used the ball a little bit better, but yeah, I think in the second half we showed that we are good with the ball, and we can do it against this opposition. So yeah, really proud of the players. Now we have to recover.
Were you surprised that Chelsea went so strong today? We had 6 games going forward, but they only had 5.
Yeah, I think there's a lot going through my head over the last few days about who's going to play. And I think maybe a couple of surprises, but I actually then think with what Chelsea are going into this season, majority of the time 1 game a week, this being Xavi's first home game, probably when the team came out I was like, we expected that.
I wanted to ask you a bit more about how strong Chelsea went against you. Was you happy with that to get your goals against them, or was it a bit there?
Yeah, I think, from my point of view, I think you can't really get caught up in that. I think there's of course you're looking at individuals of the team, but it's more a collective thing about how we're going to stop it. I think from the players' perspective, there probably was that initial, we always put the team up in the dressing room, and there probably was that initial, Cole Palmer's playing, Morgan Rogers is playing, Reece James is playing, top European players in my opinion. So there probably was that initial thought of, this is going to be tougher than we expected. But then actually probably now when they're reflecting on it, probably thinking, they're glad that they got the opportunity to play against them, that they showed the best version of themselves and frustrated them at times. There's a lot we can take from that.
So before the match and then after, there's just that great connection between the young fans, and it felt like a really nice thing that keep you sort of on the season there.
Yeah, we speak about that a lot, and we've come on a long journey with that. It wasn't always easy, and we understood why. The club over the last couple of years has been through a tough time, and fans were frustrated. Some of our performances weren't where they should have been, the fans stuck with us, and we worked really hard on that connection, and credit to the players as well, because they're the guys that have to go out there, they're the guys that feel the environment at times last year, and that was a big part of us growing as a team, was overcoming that, keeping confidence in tough moments, showing belief, we're really proud of that connection we have with the fans now, and we need to keep growing with that, we need to keep building it, but it's in a good place, and I think I understand what the fans want to see. They want to see a team that compete, that are aggressive, that give everything for the badge, and these players certainly do that.
Jack, it's a quick turnaround now for the game on Sunday. Part of a sequence against the next 5 games in close to 2 weeks. As a manager, how do you go about working through that?
Yeah, I think that was something that we looked at the end of last season when we were doing the review, and we reviewed everything. And I think the most important thing is when we were going into pre-season that we were preparing what we knew. It was League One. It's chaos. There's a lot of games. You play one. You play Saturday, you go again Tuesday, and then you got to go again Saturday. So that was in our minds preparing pre-season. We wanted to prepare the players for that. Is it tough still? Yes. The players have to find some energy. They have to recover physically, but also mentally from tonight. It's not easy to play in a big place like this, give everything, and then go again in a few days. But we have to. So we'll make sure that they're recovering, that they get all the love and support and recovery and food and everything that they need, so we can produce another performance where we're aggressive and we want to compete.
I guess just finally as well, talking about preparing over pre-season, looking at the long-term aim of League One, I was looking at the bench. You've got people like Chris Powell there who have been there and done it, and it feels like the foundations are in a really good place for the season ahead.
Yeah, well, I think, I mean, I'm lucky that I've got someone like Powley, MBE as well. We've got royalty on the bench. But yeah, Powley is, since day one that I come in, the love and support he gives me, and the phone calls we have, and how we make decisions together. It's really nice, and I've got some more staff around that support different things, but having Powley there is a really nice feeling. It gives you like a sense of security, and and then the players as well. I think the players love Pat. Like, there's a nice feeling, and we have to keep that going.
Good. Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Off to Field Mill.